So the issue of brain drain is quite hot today. A message from Jack Obinyan, a former assistant to Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki, criticized Nigerian doctors who are leaving the country for other countries. According to him, he said that Nigeria will spend a fortune to train you to become a doctor. Something that you know you use a lifetime of loan to acquire in countries like the US, Canada, and others. And the next thing, after you train, you jackpot because there are certain conditions that aren't met. Now, what are your general thoughts on this? And we're juxtaposing that to the fact that many doctors have complained that they are unable to get properly remunerated in this country as doctors. So do you agree with this text? Before we start the conversation, I'd like us to watch a clip from one of our reporters at TVC.
A classic example of brain drain. These doctors are abandoning a failing healthcare system in search of better opportunities as the condition in this critical sector continues to deteriorate. The organizers of this medical recruitment exercise are now trying to contain the backlash caused by an earlier TV news report on the exodus of doctors to Saudi Arabia. This time they have prevented us from openly filming the exercise that is seen as an embarrassment to the government at a time resident doctors are on strike and the fragile health system is still grappling with the crippling effect of the COVID-19 pandemic.
What we are saying here is that the timing is wrong and that the numbers are not right for our country. So we'll be calling on the medical association. In fact, I had a discussion with the president yesterday. And we're also going to be talking to other experts to see how we resolve the impasse.
How would you, as a person, interpret what the government is saying and what the government and what the people, the doctors, are saying in Nigeria? BC?
I personally want to understand what you mean by trained the doctors. Is it like they go to school for free?
Yeah.
They don't pay school fees?
So let me establish that.
No, I get it. No, I just want to build the premise. Yes, I get it. I know that their fees are really subsidized compared to what they would have paid if they travel outside to study. Right. But is that not supposed to be like the perks of people living in a state that has oil? There are certain perks you get when you stay in an oil-rich state. So the government could have chosen to subsidize education, which is what we get, because of the fact that we are in a country where we have some natural resources as a way of supporting the people. If you want to take that away, you can have that conversation and begin to take that away. But are you subsidizing that education so that when they come out, they will now subsidize their lives on mega salaries? It is not the job of the doctors to, make systems work. It is not their job. You have subsidized, but you need to go further than just subsidizing education. You need to give them the equipment. You need to give them a proper system. You need to ensure that you pay them so that they can enjoy the work that they have been called to do. So if you subsidize their education and then you put them in environments where they can't function, where you don't get that optimal value that they have gotten from the schools, and you want them to stay, why you, who is the government, you don't even stay to get your own medical health care? You travel to the greener, so you are blaming people for going for greener pastures, but you go for greener health.
It is wrong for our government, just like BC said, to offer the availability of a skill and then not offer the enabling environment for the people to work.
Balance it.
Go to our hospitals. Even the states that we say they are the best, the population per facility, it is totally imbalanced. It cannot even be compared. We are building a mass resource of, or what will I call it, a bank of educated, skilled doctors, but we don't have proper hospitals working. People will graduate to get their housemanship, internship positions, and I'm not talking about doctors alone, no, lab attendants, all of them. You have to lobby for the jobs, for the good jobs. I know resident doctors who are managing some Egbele hospitals. I knew one who would do morning here, afternoon here, night here. He lived in the hospital till he married. You know, people age on this. And then if you are tired of being patriotic and government then comes and says this, the government themselves, just as BC said again, let me just echo her, do not show willingness to do things, to make things work. They have the alternative of going abroad. They still do it. The president just came back from abroad. As long as that alternative is there, we're not serious.
Thank you.
Nigerians continue to be the audacity of Saudi to come here without even giving people visa. As in, give them visiting visa so they can come and take their test in your country like you used to do. But now, they are recruiting across major cities.
As in,
across major cities in Nigeria.
See, this topic is I'm so passionate about it because I'm a nurse in Germany and I actually do some recruitment for nurses to come to Germany. Yes, I'm a corporate. But I have to say my mind on this matter. I say my mind. So the issues, I feel like the issues we are having, that's a Nigerian problem. It's actually a kind of a bigger problem where people people tend to give little finances into healthcare, even to their own healthcare. So they kind of transport that even into the government. And the issues we are having in Nigeria, it's not just about the pay. It's not just the pay. I get paid well here, thank God, but it's not just the pay. Have you asked anybody living outside the country how much is their rent, how much they are paying for taxes and all of that? It's not just the money. Security is an issue. I have a nurse, I know a nurse personally, who during the COVID-19 pandemic was attacked with a cutlass and was cut up and down. As in, I don't have words for it. Why? Because he was going for night duty. In that kind of situation, who wants to work? Who? There is no health insurance, no proper health insurance. Quackery is a huge issue. Unemployment, you're saying that you don't want your health workers to go out, but you will not still employ them. You will still not pay them. Okay, so one of us also mentioned that there should be something that obligates us to come back. We don't need an obligation to come back. Nigeria is our home. We will always want to come back. We will always want to give back to home. Our whole family, most of us, everything that concerns us lives in Nigeria. So why wouldn't we want to come back? But if you keep making the environment unconducive for someone to even be alive to work, why would we want to come back? Why?